What's going on, guys? Asbestos Festus here. I'm doing kind of a different type of video here. This is more going along the lines of kind of a problem that I've noticed with Black Clover, and just out of genuine curiosity out of the topic of incest and why the mutations occurred. Because I was always a little bit curious about biology and all that shit. So, I mean, it's fucking wrong, so don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those freaks who deserves to be thrown into a pit of fire. So buckle up your seatbelts. This is going to be a bumpy ride. And if you're one of the million degenerate psychopath weebs, you'll probably not understand the point of this video. This explores a real-world problem back in feudal times where families interbred with one another, also known as incest. In any anime, Black Clover. Now, what made me think of making this video, you may ask? Am I a degenerate weebo psychopath hellbent on getting revenge for Japan against America for nuking them in World War II? Nope, like I said, I just realized something while reading an article on incest and it just popped in my mind today while I was working. So keep in mind, I think incest is disgusting and a detriment to the human species. If you're into that shit, just cease your existence right now. Please. Okay, moving on. This entire video is scripted, so this is a rare gem you will all get. A video with some effort. Okay, now on to the actual content. Now, Black Clover is an anime or Japanese cartoon for the rest of you normal people, reptilians, aliens, whatever you are, that are watching all this. All about three, entities that centers around magic, feudalism, killing monsters, dungeons. It's basically World of Warcraft in a way, but instead of having humans, elves, and 300 fucking species of rat, it's just humans. The main protagonist is an orphan without any magic powers, but an immense physical strength named Asta, like Asta la Vista Baby, like fucking Terminator, who wields two anti-magic blades of doom, one skinny and one fat. These blades erase all magic spells, cut through anything magic, and even deflect it, like a fucking baseball. Now what the fuck does this stupid ass shit background context have to do with the realization that I had? You'll see in time. He was raised in an orphanage, made some sort of a rival/friend. He wants to marry the nun who raised him, made it into the Magic Knight squad, the Black Bulls, cause Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z liked him, cause he's the fucking captain. He wants to be the Wizard King, with no magic powers. Let that sink in for a second. Wizard King, no magic powers. Yeah, good luck, shrimpy dick testicles. Also, keep in mind I'm watching it on Toonami, so if they already revealed the incest part already, I don't even fucking know. Generally, probably didn't, or never will. Anyway, the other new recruit is Nobility, with an immense amount of power, but she can't really control it. Her name is Noelle. Where she came from exactly, I could go over it, but it'd take too long to type up. And you thought I put forth a lot of effort? Fuck you, I'm still gonna cut corners. Anyway, the gist is that she is a sister of a Silver Dawn Cap taint, cousin of the Fire Tribe chief, etc. Full nobility. Everybody's fucking related in those squads. Now here's my issue with Noelle and why I think she's an incest child. Asta may want to fuck the nun who raised him, which may as well be his mum, but just a name though. That's fine, as weird as it is, they aren't related. He's a cougar hunter, so all power to him. Oh wait, he has none. Now there are facts later on, I'm gonna go over like the exact reason why it was so prominent, and these are like facts I genuinely looked up out of one day. So it's gonna be gross as fuck. Brace yourself. Now the reason why incest was so prominent in nobility is noble families wanted to keep the bloodline pure and untainted from other rival families and peasants and what have you. They wanted to keep it clean in the family. But they also wanted to keep breeding positive traits, like, getting strength easy, maybe being tall, blue eyes, blonde hair, like Hitler. I don't fucking know, I'm not a historian. The exact opposite happened. Negative mutations were starting to appear due to a lack of genetic diversity. Let's use a vault from Fallout, for example. You have 50 men, 50 women, all of whom have one boy or one girl, 25 each. 50 moms, 50 dads, 25 sons, $25. It's 150 people. Now you have 25 future moms and dads. Now you have even less of a gene pool to diversify the bloodlines with. Each of them has a kid. Minus one, because sterility. Little Johnny and Jane played around the reactors for too long, so they're both sterile. Now you have 12 boys and 12 girls. It drops to 6, then 3. And then, you have no genes. Inbreeding occurs because there's no more combinations to mix and match. If you've studied biology, then you're familiar with Punnett squares, dominant and recessive traits. When inbreeding occurs, more recessive traits usually negative ones, appear, such as clubfoot, rare bone degeneration diseases. Just search up King Tut, you'll see. Because you start off with positive traits, and when you start inbreeding, you start to erase the hybrids, you know, dominant, recessive, and you replace the true dominant genes, which is 2D, you know, dominant, with recessive ones, which is recessive. Or something like that. It also works the other way around too, but it's extremely rare. I mean, like 1 in a billion. Now with Noelle, even her cousin Mimosa, named after a midday housewife with no life drink, who has very limited magical powers. Now keep in mind, I'm on the July 2018 episode, so cut me some slack if you're way ahead and she ends up being all powerful like a god or some shit. Now this would be because of a negative mutation caused by inbreeding. This is more than likely the start of the generation of inbred mutants seen in the Clover Kingdom due to possible inbreeding. Noelle's lack of control for her massive power would be a sign of her parents being cousins at the least. You know, maybe they're distant cousins, or maybe they're first cousins, you never fucking know. One having immense power, whereas both would be a carrier or a hybrid of the lack of control gene. When they mated, the offspring would have more than likely been passed down the power traits as well as the lack of control traits. Now there's magical runes and shit to circumvent all that, and the possibility of all forms of other mutations, but let's erase all of them. Let's erase the runes and everything to erase the mutations, or at least circumvent it. Eventually you're gonna get a sloth from the Goonies love child that keeps being born and erased from existence or outcasted, and they won't wonder why that keeps happening. Well, thankfully, Noelle seems to like a potential mate for Asta, but this also poses possible problems with their offspring as well. Asta would have had to have been an incest child himself, so far to the extent where he has no sense of magic as well. And legit, I just thought of that while typing this shit up. It's amazing how the brain works when doing this kind of shit. It's like an exercise for the brain. You know, you're just like, Anyway, their offspring would inherit both parents' mutations. All three of them, so you'd have immense power, and no magic ability, and the lack of control for magic. Which ones would show and which wouldn't? You know, to be honest, it's extremely hard to say, but since magicless freaks are extremely rare, more than likely it's recessive. So more than likely the kid would have a normal amount of magic power with a lack of control aspect. If the laws of math apply in biology, you know, 1 minus 1 equals 1. Or 1 minus 1 plus 1 equals 1. I just butchered that up. Given that the magicless trait and super magic power traits cancel each other out, then you're just left with a lack of control. And if their offspring don't inbreed, these mutations will fizzle out over generations. Unless they choose selective breeding for positive mutations like super magic powers with the ability to copy too, as well as the ability to use anti-magic. I mean, that's what they were trying to do. I mean, that's what they do with dogs, so. That's a story for... I'm never going to get to that kind of story. So anyway, this is kind of a stupid video, kind of like a thought exercise that I came up with. And I just kind of wanted to explain kind of the problem that I saw with that show. I mean, I just got bored and decided to make this. And I just got to thinking during work. So I was like, she might be inbred. It literally just popped in my head randomly. Like, I always think of random shit when I'm working. I was like, that's fucking some weird shit that I just remembered. Or maybe, or like, I'll think about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for no reason, like, something will remind me of it. Like, the most mundane thing. Like, if I'm, like, breaking something off, or if I'm trying to remove a wheel and I drop the wheel on my foot, I'll be like, if I had a stand, I wonder what's gonna happen in the next episode that I see. I wonder what I'm gonna eat for supper. How the hell did I get here? Who am I? You know, some serious questions that demand answering. But anyway, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I put forth about 2 hours worth of work into this shit. So if you dislike it, go fuck yourself. I don't blame you. And I'll catch you all later. See you.